much like the early bits of a relationship, you need to let things move. Things are moving fast. It's very, very exciting. Sometimes later stages of the relationship, you need space, you need time. If it don't sizzle, the relationship's gonna fizzle.
Boo.
Good food.
What is up? What is good? It is your boy, Luke Liu, and you are watching Good Food. The show, where we cook for... Oh, wait, we're gonna just start that over.
Okay.
Hey, yo, what is good? What is up? It's your boy, Luke Liu, aka Lactose Soy Milk, aka the Rice Ravenger. We're out here today. You're watching Good Food, and you know what it is already. It's the show we cook for a different person every single day, every single episode, and they give us a variety of suggestions. And me, someone with zero culinary training, tries their absolute best to not give them food poisoning. You guys are all looking really, really cute today, but I'm gonna like you a little bit more if you hit that like and subscribe button. So do that for me, and if you hit that subscription bell, you will do very well. This episode, we're cooking for one of the homies. You might have seen him on some other episodes. You might have seen him on one of the Untitled Food Reviews. You might have seen him as Three Wise Guys. It is the man, the brother from the motherland, as our cameraman likes to say. It's our homie Dolapo. I've had the pleasure of living with D for, I would say, close to a year. He's recommended 3 little suggestions, which were spices. He wanted some sort of carbs, and he wanted some sort of meat dish. So, as always, throw down below what you think I'm going to make, and you're going to see me put it together. So let's get it. As you know, we're making something a little bit complicated. So we're kind of going to be doing all the prep first. As you know, it's going to have a rice portion and a chicken stewed kind of portion. So to start, we're going to begin with prepping the stew for the jollof rice. Now, I want to start off by saying, by no means an authentic jollof rice recipe. If you want an authentic jollof rice, go try Niger Jollof in the previous Untitled Food Review episode we dropped. That's pretty authentic. Me, I just look for recipes online, and I asked a couple of my Nigerian friends for their secret family recipe. So what I started out with is I'm just creating some ingredients for the blend. Jollof rice is made with kind of like a very savory soup, and the rice is stewed in there. It's not like Asian rices where we kind of just cook it in water. So that involves red peppers, which we're going to be cutting, just regular bell peppers. They have a lot of sweetness, a lot of that kind of briny acidity, and a lot of tomatoes. So that's going to be the base of this stew. I'm just chopping all the ingredients, to a decent size. You don't have to be like me. I'm a pro out here, so just do it to whatever size works. Throw all the stuff in the blender. From there, you also want to prepare some onions as well. Cut those into decent chunks, put it into the blender, and top everything out with chicken stock. If I'm missing any ingredients, don't worry, they're in the comments. So put all those things into the blender, blend that up to a good consistency. If you have a Vitamix, whatever it is, you do you. And once we have that all blended up, we can set that to the side and we can start working on the rest of our ingredients. Now, what you see me doing in the video here is I just measured out some rice that we're going to be using. But again, fix the amount of rice and the amount of liquid you need to your rice cooker or whatever pot you're working with. The ingredients are listed below. Now that the rice mixture is almost ready to go, we're gonna do all the rest of the prep before we head to the stove. And that's gonna involve the prep for the chicken. Now, what I'm trying to do is create a lot of contrast. Jollof rice is pretty spicy. So we're going to balance that with a very kind of sweet and very acidic chicken mixture. Use onions, we use beets, and we use carrots. Because we want this to stew for a long time and have everything break down extremely nicely, you don't have to worry too much about the texture. But what I did here was I cut everything very, very, very small. So you'll see that with the beets, with the carrots, I actually used a microplane. You can use like a cheese shredder. You could just cut it off into small dices. Honestly, when you stew anything for above 2 hours, it's gonna break down anyway. But that's what you're kind of seeing over here. From there, I also cut up some onions. I cut up some garlic because, you know me, onions and garlic with oil, someone's getting laid that night. And that's it. Once you have the little soup with your chicken stock, your onions, your blended red peppers, and you're ready to go. So what we're going to be doing first is we're going to be making the base of our jollof rice. What you're gonna see is I cut up some additional onions and additional tomatoes that we're going to saute before adding in the mixture and the rice. Now, I would like to say there's a good reason for me to do this, but the actual reason is because Dee's blender didn't fit in all the ingredients. So I kind of just want to incorporate it. I don't want to go to waste. It's a very, very exciting time. And once you get some good color on the onions and tomatoes, add in your mixture, add in your rice, and let that stew. From there, I moved that onto the second burner and I started preparing the things for the chicken thighs. What you want to do with this is very, very high heat to start and then turn it on to around a medium high. Let it cook, let it simmer, let the skin release from the bottom of the pan before you flip it. And if you drop your chicken thighs in and you don't hear that sizzle, this sizzle right here, something is wrong. Once you have all the chicken thighs browned, you can start working on the base. And from here, you want to add in all your aromatics, the beets, the onions, the garlic, as well as the carrots. You let those get nice and golden, very, very brown, very, very nice. You have some leftover chicken stock from the jollof rice. And once everything is nicely browned, you want to deglaze with white wine, chicken stock. I also use another can of the Chinese store-bought chicken stock. After you're done all of this, all that's left to do is wait. You let the chicken stew nicely, cook it down for at least an hour. At this point, your rice probably would have been boiling, maybe for an hour or so. You can probably add in a bay leaf and let that go for another 2-3 hours until all the liquid is gone. While both things are stewing and cooking, we're gonna get to work and earn our meal. So we're gonna cut to D doing 120 push-ups. Okay guys, so the rice has been going for 120 push-ups. You guys might be saying, well, Luke, you didn't really season anything yet. Exactly. We're gonna season it at the very end when we allow the rest of the flavors to really get married into the dish. Then we're gonna spice things up with the spices to make sure that nothing's over seasoned. I was a little bit limited to the seasonings I had, so I used some curry powder, I used some dry thyme, and as always, salt and pepper to taste. And for the chicken, we're gonna keep it simple. We use a lot of really deep ingredients to apply the flavor to the chicken. For the chicken, we're just gonna put a generous amount of pepper, some salt, that's it. So we're going to be making these into rice balls. Put the ingredients off to the side and actually let the rice and chicken cool fully. Once it cools a little bit, it'll have a little bit more of a sticky texture, and obviously you'll actually be able to work with it in your hands. Layer down one layer of rice, made it into essentially a very flat circle, make it as thin and wide as possible. Then you're gonna wanna spoon in 1 spoonful of that chicken mixture. Essentially hold either sides of the saran wrap and pull it up and bring things in. I didn't do the best of job. I could have used a bit more rice, but that's okay. So you're gonna add a little dollop of rice on the top and then close things fully with the saran wrap. And from there, you just gotta make it tight. A lot of onigiri is served actually cold. However, I watched this BuzzFeed video about, I think it was the BuzzFeed rice video, where they basically cook the rice balls over a charcoal grill. And I was thinking that would be really interesting because it would add a lot of nutty flavors. So because these rice balls, at least jollof rice, and the chicken is supposed to be served hot, and now it's cold, I decided, we're gonna pan sear these to give it a little bit of extra texture. This is the inspo, and guess what? It turned out really great. The layer of charredness kind of created a interesting texture and added a lot of, I would say, smoky flavors. Drop them into a pan, medium heat, let them go for maybe 5 minutes per side, and take them off. If you're really, really, really ballsy like me, you can try to sear off the sides. Now, one of these ended up in disaster, so again, do this at your own risk, but you'll create a very, very nice sealed layer. So far, this is the most unconventional dish we made on the show. So I wanna, explain a little bit about my inspiration and my theory for this. Nigerians, they love their flavors. They like very strong, spicy flavors. They like very intense sour notes. They like very bold flavors. And I was thinking, what perfect way to kind of put a mash on this, but to combine some elements of Nigerian or French cooking, where, French cooking, although the flavors are very deep, they're not as bold. So I was thinking, the very spicy rice could be toned down a little bit with this wine stewed chicken, which Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more of a French cooking technique, balances the overall dish out, and it's something that I'd be happy to serve to Dee or just the average person. You know, Dee doesn't really like these fancy things. We're gonna see how he reacts to the triangle jollof rice balls. He might say this is blasphemous, but you know, that's not for me to decide. That's for him to decide. So let's see what he thinks.
Good food.
Yo, it's Dolapo. Yeah, 3 ingredients I told Luke were carbs, I think. Yeah, something spicy, and a meat. So yeah, he came up with some Japanese rice balls, jollof rice with, you know, a couple garnish around it. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Okay.
Are you more scared or excited?
No, I think I'm pretty excited. I'm excited. It smells great. So. Okay. I like how it's dry outside and the inside has like the chicken and like it's like a nice little mix. It's spicy, not too spicy. Like, you know, it's just the right amount. So soft and chewy. I like everything that's going on inside. Like, it's more than just like, you know, rice. What don't I like about it? I don't know, I think there's not a defined taste. I like the chicken inside. That's a nice little, you know, I'm a chicken guy, so you get me with that. I really like how you just took it and you took a basic meal and you made it into something else. Like, more than anything, I think that's my favorite part. And this is like nice. You made it like a work of art to an extent. Like, you know, you guys could just watch me, you know, enjoy the rest of this meal.
Yeah.
You can sign off if you want. Say something, plug something, whatever you want. Say something nice or bad.
Okay. Well, that was like mid-bite, so I'm gonna take this bite and then see what inspiration I get to plug something or to give a shout out. Shout out to my boy, Luscious Lipped Luke. I don't even know what nickname he goes by these days, but this was an awesome meal. Luke, you give him the 3 simplest ingredients and he goes ahead and he just, you know, he goes out above and beyond with it. Wouldn't have thought I was getting rice balls today. I love it, you know. Check out My Kind, guys. Check out everything they got going. And, you know, definitely have Luke cook up for you, you know what I mean? Like, you're in for something. You're in for something.
My rating is 9 out of 10.
There we go.
All right, guys. So that was the episode of Good Food. I'm out here with a rice ball with myself. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys are noticing that our production quality is going up. Again, you know, we love making these. So if you guys like watching them, let us know. Let us know who you want us to cook for. And, you know, maybe if you add them enough on social media, they'll actually like be in one of these videos. So got lots of cool things planned for you guys going forward. Go and watch the rest of the episodes if you haven't seen some already. And that's it. Stay cute, stay beautiful. And remember, good food is not always about the food that you're eating. Peace.
You thought that this was gonna be a giveaway. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint. Kinda. You're gonna have to wait another day. So follow us on Instagram and check out what we have going out tomorrow. Peace.